Okay. Now we have this one. Now this is scores on a 200-point test, and it gives you how many people got a score within these intervals on the bottom of the x-axis. Notice that there's numbers on the x-axis. Okay? And so this is quantitative data. This is a histogram. Notice that the bars touch. Okay? So the mode of the data, that would be the interval from 161 to 180. That's the most frequent range of scores. That's the most frequent interval of scores, from 160 to 180. Okay? Now when we calculate 3, it's going to be a little challenging because we're going to have to interpret this bar graph a little bit. Right now, all we can see visually is where it is. All right, and if we're going to calculate the mean, we're going to have to associate a single number with each of these groups. Because we don't know what specific scores there are, all we know is how many occurred within each of these intervals. Now the range of data we could do. So the lowest score was 1, the highest score was 200. So 200 minus 1. All right, well, let's look at the mean and the median again. Okay, so I put above each bar what appeared to be the frequency. Okay, and if we're going to get the mean, notice I'm using the midpoint of each interval, the number in the middle, and I'm multiplying each midpoint by the frequency, the height of the bar. So there's 40 numbers between 1 and 80. There's 11 numbers between 81 and 100. 6 numbers between 101 and 120. 10 numbers between 121 and 140. 16 numbers between 141 and 160. And the same thing, 30 numbers between 161 and 180. And 23 numbers between 181 and 200. So that's why I'm doing this math. And if you add up all the frequencies, 4 plus 11 plus 6 plus 10 plus 16 plus 30 plus 23, you get 100. So that's why we would divide this by 100. Okay, so notice the mean occurs in the interval 141 to 160. Now to get the median, we're going to have to kind of create a way to find the middle of the 100 numbers. So we could do the 100 plus 1 divided by 2, which would be 50.5. So we got to find out where is the 50th and 51st number in order to find the median. Okay, what I did is I put on the bottom of the bars how many scores were less than or equal to the top number in the interval. So less than or equal to 80, there's 4 numbers. Less than or equal to 100, there's 15 numbers. So notice I'm adding the 11 in the second bar to the 4 in the first bar to get 15. So that's what I'm doing here on the bottom. I'm adding the next frequency. Okay, so the 31st number would have been the last number in the bar from 121 to 140. The 32nd number would have gone in the next bar. Okay, so 16 plus 31 is 47. So in the bar from 141 to 160, the 47th number would have been the last number in that group. The 48th number would have gone in the next bar. Okay, and then I added 30 to 47 and got 77. So that means the 77th number would be the last number in the bar, the biggest bar here. So in between 48 and 77 would be the 51st number. All right, so that's how to locate the median. And notice that's a little more involved. Okay,